In 1932, Smoke and Stack Moore, identical twins and World War I veterans, returned to Clarksdale, Mississippi after years serving with the Chicago Outfits. Using money taken from gangsters, they buy a sawmill from racist landowner Hogwood and open a juke club for the local black population. Their cousin Sammy, a budding guitarist, joins them despite his preacher father Jedediah's concerns that blues music is supernatural. The twins hire pianist Delta Slim as a performer, Smoke's estranged wife Annie as cook, local Chinese shopkeepers Grace and Bo Chow as suppliers, and a field laborer Cornbread as a bouncer. Annie felt her voodoo techniques kept the twins safe, but Smoke is skeptical because they did not prevent the death of their infant daughter. Stack runs into his white-passing ex-girlfriend Mary, who resents him for abandoning her, which he later claims was for her safety. Meanwhile, Irish immigrant vampire Remick hides from Choctaw vampire hunters with a Klansman couple. Despite warning from the Choctaw hunter, he stated they were in danger with the visitor they are harboring. Soon after the Choctaw hunters left after their strong warnings, Remick turns them into vampires. Sammy, Delta Slim, and Pearline, a singer whom Sammy falls in love with, performs on stage on the joint's opening night. Sammy's music is paranormal, unintentionally attracting ghosts from the past and future to join the audience. The show, however, attracts Remick and his vampire thralls, who offer money and music in exchange for entrance. Smoke is suspicious and refuses. The twins recognize that their customers' dependency on company script makes the venture unprofitable. Mary meets Remick outside, where she is transformed, after convincing Stack that the partnership requires additional income. When Cornbread went outside to relive himself, he gets ambushed by Remick and gets transformed. Returning inside, she seduces and murders Stack by swallowing his blood. When Sammy and Smoke finds them on the floor, Smoke is shocked to see Stack has been mauled in the process of dying. Smoke then shoots at her as she escapes. Smoke closes the joint early, and as the customers and Bo leave, the vampires transform them. Stack awakens as a vampire but flees when Annie repels him with pickled garlic juice. Annie realizes their assailants are vampires and informs the survivors that only holy water, sunlight, silver, or wooden stakes can kill them. Additionally, that they cannot enter a building unless invited, and that killing Remick will neither save nor destroy those he has turned. Despite sharing his thralls' memories, Remick keeps their personalities intact. Still unable to make it to the joint, Remick agrees to depart in exchange for Sammy, whose musical abilities intends to utilize to summon the souls of his lost community. He mentions that vampirism provides immortality, freedom, and escape from persecution, as well as the fact that Hogwood leads the local clan who intends to attack the establishment at dawn. When the survivors refuse, Remick threatens to assault the child's daughter Lisa at their home. Grace becomes enraged and invites the vampires into the joint, resulting in a brawl. Grace murders Bo, but dies in the process. Stack bites Annie and Smoke Mercy kills her. Mary flees the joint, devastated. Delta Slim gives his life so that Smoke, Pearline, and Sammy can escape. Smoke fights and defeats Stack while Remick turns Pearline. Remick apprehends Sammy at a nearby river. Sammy crushes Remick's skull with his guitar's silver resonator, fainting Remick and his thralls through shared anguish. Smoke kills Remick. When the sun rises, the vampires are consumed by its light. Smoke orders Sammy to go home before he can have a showdown with Hogwood and his men. Smoke takes down Hogwood's men in a shootout, however he gets fatally wounded by a bullet. While dying, he encountered the souls of Annie and his daughter. Meanwhile, despite his father's pleadings for redemption, Sammy moves to Chicago and becomes an effective blues guitarist. In 1992, an old Sammy is visited by an immortal Stack and Mary after performing at his blues bar. Stack confesses that Smoke spared him from the joint on a demand that Sammy live in peace. After declining the couple's promise of immortality, Sammy plays for them. As they leave, Sammy says that despite being tormented by that terrible night, that day before the violence was the best day of his life. Stack agrees, stating that it was the last time he saw smoke or the sunlight and the only time he had ever felt genuinely free. Thanks for watching. Please, if you like quick box office movies like this, please don't forget to subscribe.